This profession sort of chose me. I think it's a very happy profession. I thought about being a florist, but I have no green thumb. I have no knack for being a florist, so I ended up baking, and I've been doing it since I was 8. That was when I made my first 3-dimensional cake. I made a princess tower castle cake at my grandmother's, and I've sort of been baking ever since. I enjoy the interaction with the couples. I enjoy getting to learn different cultural customs. I enjoy getting to see what's important to a couple, and one couple will have one thing that's terribly important, and another couple will have another, and it's just fun to see what they're thinking. And I love the fact of trying to get a couple to come together on a cake, because sometimes you have a groom with one radically different idea from the bride, and then thinking what's important to both of them and making those come together so that they have a cake that's truly them. The last one that was particularly unique was actually an anniversary. It was a 50th wedding anniversary, but the couple, Hollywood could not have written the script for how badly their wedding went, from starting with the guy's tuxes to the wedding cake, whose cake topper was taller than the wedding cake was, to the reception. The whole thing was just, like I said, a Hollywood script couldn't come up with everything that happened to this poor couple. And they were in the military, and so for the 50th wedding anniversary they decided to do this huge bash, and so we got to do a wedding cake for them for their 50th wedding anniversary. So that was fun. It's completely different. Yeah, we had a bride who came to us who asked for a living goldfish in the middle of the cake. It was when Virginia was going through a heat wave about 5 years ago, and it was 124 degrees out. And the couple, it was a multi-tiered cake, and I had to figure out how to get air to this goldfish so that it did not die, and they had upside down goldfish in the middle of their wedding cake, because I figured nobody would want to eat the cake. So I had to figure out how to put an air compressor and conceal it in the very top, and find somebody to especially make me a faux thing that I could stick this air compressor in, run a hose through 2 tiers of cake and down into the goldfish bowl so that it stayed alive. And anyway, and then figure out the management of the weight, because water is very heavy to have a big goldfish bowl. It took a lot of MacGyvering, and I was thinking, you know, I didn't know I got to do all this fun stuff when I was doing wedding cakes. But we got it to its venue, we got it set up, and they, of course, instead of putting it in the back area of the restaurant where I told them that it needed to be so it was as cool as possible, they put it by the front window so the heat is just like blazing down on top of this cake. But I heard from the photographer and from the pictures, and we got it put up, that it survived and the goldfish didn't die, and so I figured, okay, as far as I'm concerned, that was a happy ending. No dead goldfish. One thing that we do get asked is, okay, first of all, we do gluten-free. And when we do gluten-free, we have a complete second set of everything. And gluten-free is only baked that morning, or the entire day. It is not, and everything is sterilized. It is not something that is just thrown in and done. It is very much the sense to a celiac standards, and we have a lot of celiac clients because of that. We also, yes, you can have a gluten-free wedding cake. I don't recommend that if you're gluten-free and only one other person or no other person is gluten-free, don't pay for an entire gluten-free wedding cake. Pay for 1 tier and let the rest of the cake be your traditional cake, because it saves you money and there is no reason not to do it that way. And the other thing is that we only use real ingredients. We use the ingredients that you can read. You know, butter, there's milk, there's salt. There's 3 ingredients on the back of a butter box. We're only using the real stuff. We're not using stuff that has stabilizers and artificial anything. So that costs more. But it also tastes a whole lot better. So it's one of those you get what you pay for sort of things. I tell the couples when they come in, and for just couples I randomly am talking to, first of all, don't be overwhelmed. This is a process. There is no wrong answer. It is what is right for you. What do you like? What is it that y'all are trying to accomplish? There are no rules anymore. There are certain things that people still expect to happen at a wedding, but basically couples get to choose and do the way that they feel that best identifies them. Get educated. Do some research. Think about, so you have a clue about what general parameters are of what costs are for different parts of a wedding. So you're not just completely going in blind. Have tried to do some homework. I tell couples, like I said, there is no wrong answer, but also the day of the wedding, actually starting at the rehearsal dinner, sit back and enjoy. Stop fretting, stop worrying, let it all go, because whatever's going to happen, the ball has already started rolling. It's going to happen however it comes out, beautifully, with a hiccup, without a hiccup, it doesn't matter. The ball is rolling, enjoy it, because hopefully you're only doing this one time. And it's going to go by so fast you're not even going to be able to realize what happened. And if you're fretting about whether or not somebody's going to show up, you're going to miss the moment. And if somebody asks you a question, just say yes.